Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I am the guy who wears a hat for a reason. And I'm here to talk about Garry versus Geoff Neal. Garry is a lightning rod. This guy has talked so much shit, and in return, a heap of shit has been talked about him, and he didn't handle it so well. And now he's fighting a guy whose mugshot he put on a t-shirt a few months ago. So this is... I mean, he's probably going to be made fun of even if he wins, but if he loses, it's going to get ugly, no doubt. But I have a lot of faith in Garry's skills. I think the world of his skills. I pick him to win this fight. And I think the world of Geoff Neal as well. Geoff Neal's been one of the best welterweights for the last few years, hovering just underneath a title shot, very close to the top. And I think he's in his prime right now, and I'm picking him to lose because I think Garry is just that good. I have my doubts about Garry. I've seen him get knocked silly by Kenan Song, and I do believe Brendan Allen and whoever else said it when they said that he was knocked unconscious in training. I believe that. I know this type of shit happens all the time in training, which I'm not even sure if it happens all the time to every fighter, but I just believe it happened to Garry. So there's a little bit of doubt, of course, what's going to happen when Geoff Neal lands that big shot, but I'm not sure he's going to land it. I think Garry, despite actually giving up 1 inch of reach here, he's got 4 inches of height, and he moves around so well, and I think he's going to be striking, outpointing Geoff Neal from the outside. I looked at Geoff Neal's fights, and the one fight I could see Garry duplicating the most is the fight against Wonderboy Thompson, and that's the fight I'm envisioning here. Of course, Geoff Neal's going to be all over him. This is a 3-round fight, and unlike the Wonderboy fight, and he's going to be taking more chances, of course. Doesn't have to worry about going 25 minutes. But despite him being in Garry's face and trying to make shit happen, I still see Garry largely getting the better of him and doing so from the outside. The guy moves around so well. I think he hits harder than a lot of people are giving him credit for, even though he does seem to be, he's won at least half his wins in the UFC by decision. So he's comfortable being a point fighter. But I think Garry hits hard and harder than people give him credit for, but he's just as fast as everybody sees, and I think he's going to be too fast for Geoff Neal. Geoff Neal's a really tough son of a bitch, only put out by Kevin Holland way back, and that was in round 3, and also he was put out by Shavkat Rakhmonov in round 3, and Martin Sano in round 3, so I don't think that's a coincidence. I do think if Geoff Neal is to get finished, it's in round 3, and that might be worth a prop anytime you're picking against him to lose. But I do envision Garry winning a decision. I think that's his primary path to victory. So I've sprinkled a little bit of money on his decision at plus 140, but mainly I've bet on Garry at minus 230. I don't think that's a steal or anything because Geoff Neal is so good, but it's enough to get me. I bet on Garry at minus 230, and I think he's going to win a fight you can probably all imagine him winning. And then he might talk some shit about how he's whatever. No one believed him. Now look at him. Whatever. He's going to rub some people the wrong way again. And everybody's going to shit all over him. And I'm going to be there to enjoy it all. Because I'm just some pathetic bald guy in my studio apartment. This is the fucking life I lead. Like, share, subscribe, all that horse shit. Check out my other videos.